Josh, this is Teddy. He is a 14-week-old labradoodle. Owners have him signed up for our program when he's 6 months old. However, she emailed me a couple days ago. He's biting and growling the kids in the house, especially when there's a lot of commotion. She said sometimes he'll literally just snap. And she said their dog sitter said it's beyond normal for puppies that age. And so she emailed me and I said, rather than let this go on for 2 more months, let's take him in for the weekend and put a stop to it.
Yeah.
Because it will only help us.
Yeah.
When he comes time for training. So I really didn't want him to be rewarded for biting, even unintentionally, for that much more time when we had this opportunity.
Yeah.
Stop it at 14 weeks or try to stop it at 24 weeks. There's a big difference. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree. I agree. The longer it goes on, the worse it's going to get. If nobody knows how to stop it, it's just going to keep getting worse.
I did tell her.
What's this biting? He's actually being aggressive towards just the kids? Or?
Yep. She said it's more than just play. It's growling.
Okay. What's his name again?
Teddy.
Teddy.
He's a labradoodle.
Good boy. Hi. How are you, Teddy? Good. 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 The jumping is really bad.
Yeah.
Good boy. Come here. Good.
So I told her before I had the idea of having him come, he's peeing.
Oh.
So before I had the idea of him coming here, I was like, you're probably having him out of the crate way too much because puppies, they honestly need to sleep like 20 hours a day. And when they're overstimulated, they get nippy. So I suggested more crate time. And I also suggested flicking the nose pretty firmly when he goes to bite. And she wrote me back and said those 2 things had already made a huge difference.
Yeah.
But we still decided on a couple nights here. I think she was just worried, like, is he really aggressive? You know, and we can actually be able to tell her his true temperament.
Name one more time?
Teddy.
Teddy. Teddy. Hey, Ted. Good. How you doing? Good boy. Good. Good boy.
Got that puppy fur.
Good.
Peeing.
Oh, peeing again. So how would I trigger this biting?
Lots of
what
commotion.
Are they saying?
Lots of commotion in the household, around meal times. But they said sometimes he'll just snap.
We're going to bring the aggression on any dog if it was in it.
Unless it's like a Teddy type dog, like the Teddy
Unless
that
it's
we
just
know.
not in it
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
But if it's in it, they're bringing it out full throttle. Yeah. Break.
Yay!
Come. Good. Good boy. Good boy, Ted. Good. 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 That's a good boy. Good boy. Break. Good dog. Nice work. Come here, Ted. Come here. Good. Good. I like that. Good. Good. Good boy. You see the mind? Mm-hmm. There's no difference between this and 6 months. I mean, the way they're thinking already. You see? Mm-hmm. What the babysitter's noticing, the dog sitter, she's just noticing maturity. That's all.
Yeah.
He would kind of be acting this way. If he wasn't now, it would be in 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
The brain's just switching over quicker. Some dogs do.
Yeah.
I'm using that sound so they have something. Good. Stay. That's right. Stay. That's good. Break. That's my boy. Good. Break, break. That's right. Good. Good. Good dog. Sparky. Hello. Good girl. Good girl.
Teaching him a good lesson. Not everything's for him.
Hierarchy. The one
If
thing
he's
everyone
biting
forgets about.
and demand barking, he feels entitled to do that.
I'm wondering what the feeding situation is at home. A lot of dogs like this have access to food whenever they want,
Yeah.
which isn't how
Normal.
the natural world
No.
works. If he has constant access to all the resources, he thinks he's up here, which is
Right.
why he would start putting the kids in their place, if you will.
Right,
He's correcting the kids.
right.
That's what I'm getting out of this. Which is,
Good, look at that.
first thing he did when I first started doing the food is came right to it.
Yeah,
As
it's
if
mine.
he could,
Yep.
there's food, it must be for him. A lot of people, when they get dogs, they forget about hierarchy. They forget about dog pack behavior. And so a lot of these old school things that people do, have your dog wait for food, don't have free feeding, which means it's just always out for them, make them wait at thresholds. All this stuff is set in place because you're talking about hierarchy so that the dog sees you as leader and them as follower. If we don't do that, the dog will just become,
Yeah,
they'll
it
put themselves on
forms.
top of the hierarchy.
It forms in his litter. They form in hierarchy between the litter mates and the parents, and then
Yes.
they're pulled from that litter at 8 weeks and put in a human house where they're led to believe they're on top,
Yep.
even if they're not naturally.
And that's where the bites come from.
Yep. Bites, demand barking, pulling, jumping.
Being able to just jump
Yeah.
on you. Dogs like Riggins won't let him jump on him without a correction, right?
No. He would snap or bite or growl.
Mm-hmm.
And then if it were in like a family house, they'd be like, oh my God, Riggins is aggressive.
Yeah.
But he's just correcting.
And also, like,
the puppy
so let's
energy.
say this. So, like, he jumps on Riggins or any other dog who's more, you know, a dog who's game, who plays that game. He jumps on Riggins. Riggins is going to want to correct him. He's going to want
Which
to
is a
bite him.
bite,
He
yeah.
jumps on the humans that own him. He gets
They get
pat.
petted. Yep.
That right there in a nutshell tells you why your dog's aggressive. 100%. You just,
Yep.
maybe either you don't understand dog behavior or you choose to not see him as a dog.
Or he bites and growls and everyone backs up.
Oh, well, I mean, he's 3.5 months old. I mean, how scary is he? It would only get worse. I'm not seeing it being the worst case of aggression that I've ever seen in a puppy.
No.
I've seen puppies much worse than this.
Yeah.
But
He simply just
was becoming that.
He simply just was very entitled.
He just created a spoiled brat. And spoiled brats tend to bite. They just do. They tend to think that they're the kings of the castle, and they correct the other pack members, including the kids, including even the adults. So he was very disrespectful to Riggins, but he wasn't aggressive towards Riggins. He thought Riggins was for him. The first instincts Riggins had was like, tell this guy to take a hike. You know what I mean? His first instinct, Riggins' first instinct, is to correct him, which tells me that my instinct should be to correct him. Because he's a dog, and this dog's telling you how to do it. Now, I'm not going to bite him like Riggins would, right? But I can correct him my human way.
Yes.
So, but other dogs are going to want to correct him. So he's going to eventually cause dog fights, get in all sorts of trouble there because he's disrespectful. And it all stems from him just not being a polite, respectful dog because he's entitled and spoiled. Think about it. He's popped into the house and he's given access to all the resources. You're literally giving your most precious resource and your most valuable item, which is your children, to the dog. Here, interact with this. Right? And if he interacts inappropriately, we're like, we don't know what to do. But yes, you do. You do. I mean, you might not know the technique, but your instinct is he's trying to bite and growl at my kids. Like, your instinct has got to be correct the thing. It's just natural. It's protective nature for a parent to want to step in and protect. So I can almost guarantee that if a dog, even of his age, is growling and biting at your kids, your initial instinct is to correct him, is to punish him. I can almost guarantee it. For me, he jumped at me, I corrected him. He started messing with Riggins too much, I corrected him. He was inappropriate around the resources such as food, I corrected him. Now I got influence over him. I shush, he lays down. I recall him, he comes to me. It's been half a session here. So, you know, when you get a dog, this goes for everybody out there who's watching this. I'm just trying to help. When you get a dog, you have to do your research on how to correct and punish, so you can correct and direct, so that when you raise them, inevitably they're going to do things we don't like, right? They're going to try the nipping, the biting, the jumping, the rushing out the doors, the destruction. When they do something you don't like, you have to be able to provide a correction, aka punishment, and then direction, right? Which would be some type of obedience or some type of direction. Go lay down, come here, you know, something like that. I'm disagreeing with this movement. Why? Because I'm the leader. The leader can control movement. I don't want him just picking up and thinking he can do it. I'm trying to teach him a lesson. If I tell you to stop moving, I'm still allowed to move around, you're not. Right? Because why? Because I have access to it. This is my house. If I tell you you can move around, you can. If I haven't told you you can move around, don't. All right? Good. See, he's already starting to, and by the way, I've corrected him a few times, like I said. I've interacted with him in that way. He's not being aggressive towards me. Why? That's interesting. An aggressive dog who's biting at people at home, you would think that when I come in and I correct him, and I give him plenty of opportunity to bite me. When he jumped on me, I corrected him, and I stood right in front of him like this to see what he'd say. He did that, which is, I don't want any problem. Why? He's an aggressive dog. He's biting everybody. For the first time, he got corrected by somebody and then realized, oh, this person can do it back. And then that's reality check. And he says, in his little brain, he says, what's the odds that if I bite him, he's going to retaliate? Oh, pretty likely. Let me be submissive. He shows submission, I say, good boy. So our relationship dynamic, I'm leader, you're follower. If you show me submission, I'll be soft with you. If you try to be dominant towards me, I'm going to give you the same medicine, right? So if you're dominant, I'll be that way. If you're soft, I'll be that way, right? So you choose how we're gonna be. So now when he sees me, when we start to have this relationship, he's gonna say, with this guy, I'm submissive, because that gets him to treat me soft, and he's proud of me. But if I start to try to be tough guy, he's only 3.5 months old. His teeth are, although it hurts, they're sharp, So he's learning that he gets to control the vibe of our interaction. If he starts acting a certain way, then he's going to see me correct him and direct him. If he's chill and he's respectful and he's calm and he's submissive and he's compliant, then he sees my soft side. Then he sees me being appreciative and proud. Okay?